Alright guys, for the first part of our yarn paintings, we have to come up with a design. So the first thing I want you to do is do some sketching. I'll have some papers that are 7 by 7, and you can just go ahead and draw out some ideas on what you want to create. The one thing you got to do on this project is keep it simple. Okay? Simple is the key to having a good quality project. So for example, a simple one would be like maybe you want to have some symmetry in it. Maybe you just want to start with a circle in the middle. Maybe you want to have something coming off from the ends here. Maybe you want to turn it into a flower. So you could do something as simple as that coming off from the middle. Okay? You can do lettering. You can do an image of something, but again, it's got to be very simple. Just simple shapes that you're going to fill in with the yarn, or perhaps some beads as well. Okay? So even this right here is enough. I don't really need to do a whole lot more with this design. Once you have a good design you like, then we'll go into part 2. Alright, for part 2 now, we're going to take that design that you just created, and then you're going to transfer it somehow on here. And you can just go ahead and look at it. You can have me look at it to make sure it's going to work for the project. So you'll just draw exactly what you want to have on your picture. So I'm just going to draw, kind of like what I did before, so I'm just going to have it come off the ends here. It's very radial, meaning it's got the symmetry all the way around and equal. Alright, so once you have that done, then we'll be ready for the third part, and that's going to be putting the colors into your work. Bottles, just make sure you check them here at the end. When you open it up, sometimes they get clogged, and don't forget to close them up at the end. Okay, so I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to put some glue down. You do have to put a little bit more than normal amounts of glue because that yarn needs to really stick into it. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting it down. You can have a brush next to you as well if you'd like to even it out in those areas. But I'm going to start off with yellow here. So this one I want to fill in with a spiral. So I'm going to start either in the middle or on the outside. Since this one I know where the edge is, I'm going to start on the outside. I think it's a little bit easier. If you didn't know where the edge was going to be, then you could start in the middle. Okay? Now when you put it down, I have some sticks here, popsicle sticks, that can help you. They really do help you push it down. And what happens a lot of times, you get some glue on your fingers, and then you get it all over the yarn, and then it's hard to work with, and it wants to stick to your hands. So use that popsicle stick to gently guide it as you go around. So I'm just kind of pushing it in here into the glue. Alright, there are some other options too, besides just yarn. If you would like to use some of these beads, you can. So we have a variety of colors. What you could do is patterns throughout. I do not want you to use a whole lot. Definitely use more yarn than beads. But if you were going to, you could just like go around things to kind of fill in certain areas. But let's say I'm going to do a row of beads that goes by these right here. So right here and right here. So you could kind of go like this right into your work. Make sure you put down enough glue so they stick to it. We do not want them to fall off later on. So again, just a nice amount of glue that those beads can go into and stick later on. Alright, finally guys, here I just wanted to show you some different techniques on this other one I was working on here. So here's a big spiral. I started in the middle and I worked my way out with different colors. You could do straight lines as well, or you could go back and forth and snake it back and forth like this. I don't know if I like that one just as much because you do get some gaps in there because it's really hard to push them together. But if you're going to do a straight line like this, so you're going to put down your glue, get that down in that area where you want it to go, maybe even use a brush. And then maybe if I put like a pink in here, so you can let it run a little long here. Take that popsicle stick, put it in there again. Let it run a little long. And then if you want to, you can kind of work the whole way through there and snip it at the end. Or right here, I can just cut it off right now. Okay. So there's a bunch of different ways you can work with it, and hopefully you guys have a fun time working with a different material today.